Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian. We are back with more Arrow. So last episode, we have Future Kids back with our present people, or not back, but with our present people. Oliver and Mia had a rocky start, but I think we're slowly making our way. William and Oliver hit it off pretty much right off the bat. We had that great moment with William, and whenever he told Oliver that he was gay, and Oliver's just like, yeah, I know, bud. You know, your mom and I knew. We just wanted you to come out at your own time. But I just love, like, any moments with those two together. That last episode was just, they were fantastic. But that moment specifically hit pretty hard. They just delivered it so well. There was also the dig and Connor. That was also really good. Oh crap, I just forgot his name. Joseph, right? Joseph. David something? I can't remember. Oh no, I feel bad. But he and David Ramsey, they were great. Like, again, I said this last episode, but every time, whenever Connor would call him dad, like, whether in pain, out of like, please, you gotta understand or talk to me, or being apologetic, it was just, and then when he was just happy about it, like when he was like, finally he's welcoming me, like this is what I had before, and I missed this, like that, it was just great. And then when they were training together, that was awesome too. Let's see, we had Renee giving a speech, which was a great speech. Hopefully he'll be heading towards being a better mayor than he was in the flash forwards. Hopefully he won't head down that route. But sometimes when you try to change the future, in different iterations, depending on what they're going for, you try to change the future, you are just cementing your path towards that future. So I don't know. What else weird? What was it that we tried to stop? I forgot. Oh yeah, it was Grant. That's right. It was Grant Wilson. Oliver was able to stop Mia from killing him, and then she was glad for that because she didn't want to do it, but she was kind of like overtaken by the guilt of letting Zoe die in their time. And she was dealing with that guilt throughout the episode, and she had a moment with Oliver about that. And then we find out whatever material they think they need something to create. I think that's what Curtis said. I think is what it was. One of the tools he needs is in Russia, apparently. So I'm assuming they're going to be heading there. I'm gonna assume that the kids are going with Oliver. I don't know who else is gonna be going though. I'm gonna say Dig and Dinah. I don't know about Renee though. He might be staying, to get ready for his run. So yeah, let's just get into this episode.
You know how you use a honing steel to keep the edge on a chef's knife?
I don't really cook.
That makes sense. This keeps you shut.
Uh-oh.
So, specialty arrows.
Not bad though. 2 out of I don't know how many.
This has taught you well.
Mom made sure of it. How did you do that?
Variable acceleration. All right? It's all about timing. You keep practicing, you keep flowing, it just becomes second nature.
All right.
Oliver's going to Russia to retrieve plans to build a weapon. You need to get them first.
I thought Oliver was your friend. He is.
But this is bigger than him. Bigger than any of us.
Well, whatever the Monitor offered you must be really something for you to be able to betray everyone that you care about.
I am doing this for them.
To help you?
Yeah, I was looking for Jason.
Yo, Jason! You got a visitor.
Oh, Roy.
How you doing?
Yes.
Jason?
I didn't know you'd be back. At least not this episode.
Find me.
Oliver's son, William, he found you.
Oliver's son, isn't he like 13?
Yeah, well, it's a long story. I wouldn't be here, man, if we did not need you.
If I decide to help you, it'll be a one-time thing.
That's all I'm asking. I hope you don't mind, but,
Yeah. Oh.
I just thought there'd be a lot less dirt.
It's very rude.
Anatoly!
Homeland. Hello, Anatoly.
brother. Oh, you think maybe I punch you again?
Never even crossed my mind.
Welcome to Russia. My favorite American.
Back to being favorite, eh?
I hope you do not think badly of me. Last time we met, you were little, and I was on the wrong side of history. Ada Prochnost. I like this one already.
I was surprised to learn that you were
All
in
right.
Russia. Just keep this one in the family, okay?
All right. I worked to find Borov. Hard way.
Yeah, there's some stuff about your dad you don't know.
It's a fight club.
Oh, that sounds like where I met her.
Yeah.
He met you where?
Well, when I first left home, I had to find a way to make money.
He
So
met you
far.
where?
And I won.
This is not a regular mission. This is the Bratva. They are terrible people, and you guys are my kids.
Yes, but we're not children.
Well, you are when I look at you.
So, why should I give to you Capuchon? Maybe you should have kept your secret identity
Secret?
secret.
You saw that Goliath, right? He is twice your size.
So I give him half a chance.
Oh my god, you're scary. He looks like KG Beast. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Come on. Oh god, I knew they were gonna be here. You're gonna distract him. Ah. Oh, this is a side of him he didn't want them to see.
Impressive, no?
I mean, it's cool, but this isn't what he wanted them to see.
He's no mere fighter. Are you Oliver Queen?
How does he know who you are?
Everyone in Russia knows Capuchon.
We have no fight with you or the Bratva.
Maria.
You know how to dislocate your thumbs?
Damn it.
We tied your thumbs.
Oh.
You went
Dang.
to a lot of trouble to get this.
It's pretty ballsy. Thinking you could give me the answer 20 years earlier.
Yeah, well, hopefully this time you don't have to wait that long.
So is he staying with us the rest of the season? The last few episodes? Skip past them, skip past them, forget them. Knock them aside and get away. Okay, good. Take it and just use it. Oh, run! Just book it! Forget them. Come on, Phil! Just get it!
Timing's up!
Ah, I should have enough slack now.
To do what? Hell.
I can dislocate my thumbs. It's a useful technique if getting tied to a chair is gonna become a habit.
You've got to teach me how to do that.
This is months after I was heartbroken right before I left that I couldn't get you on the phone at your grandparents'. So I walked into your room to look at you one last time, and you looked back at me from your crib.
And because you made the choice to protect us, I had to spend my whole life alone. I didn't have a chance to get to know my brother, to get to know you.
I'm sorry that it worked out that way, but I made a promise to your mother to keep you safe, and there is no world, there is no universe, there's no past, present, or future where I break it.
You are ashamed. You have truly done some terrible things.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
reminder.
But you also have done some good things. It's important that the kids see both.
Right, but why would I want to share some of the worst mistakes of my entire life with my children?
That is the thing about teaching. It's not about what you want to say. It's about what they need to hear.
You and I are going in the ring together as a team. You would be helping us get in.
Sorry, I did not have time to get it right clean.
I'm really more of a behind-the-screen kind of guy, but wow, that is a nice suit.
What exactly?
Just get us.
That is a nice suit. Dang. Ooh. Oh, the daughter fight. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Capuchon. Come on. Come on. She can take care of herself. She can take care of herself. Oliver. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nice. Okay, cool. Ooh. You done goofed. Oh. That was me get through her though. Ouch.
I know that I haven't really spoken to the two of you about my time in Russia. And that is because there are some things that I did here that I'm not very proud of. As I'm coming to grips with the fact that the two of you are grown up, I'm realizing that shielding you from the bad isn't going to do our relationships any good.
Like dislocating your thumbs? Because I can't believe I missed that.
Maybe something a little less painful.
What about that island you were on?
It's Lian. It's Mandarin for purgatory.
It was good having you back, even if it was just for one last mission.
I think I'm gonna stick around for a while. You're gonna be taking on a space god. I figure you might need all the help you can get.
Glad you changed your mind.
You know, when I first met Oliver, he gave me a purpose. But he also gave me all of you. Makes sense that having a team is what helps me in the future, so why wait?
We have been friends. We have been enemies. From now on, let us just be brothers.
Not the rougher kind.
No. Real family. Like the one you have now. I can be the fun uncle. Being father really suits you.
Goodbye, brother.
Thank you. Goodbye, Oliver.
Not yet.
And this is gonna be a little awkward.
Oh no!
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry.
Damn it! Come on!
Lyla, what have you done?
Don't you end. God dang it. I mean, it makes sense it's happening so soon. It's only a few episodes until the crisis. And it's gonna have to amp up. Oh, but I didn't expect them to find out now, though. So who shot them? Who else was there? So do they have the plans on them? This is episode 5, right? Yeah. So we got, what does it start? It's episode 8 for Arrow, so 3 episodes left. 3 weeks, I mean. 3 weeks, dude. Jesus. The third, 2 more weeks of regular episodes, and then we're going to the crossover. God, I cannot believe it's already 3 weeks away. Oh my God, I'm not ready for what's gonna come up, dude. Like, what's gonna come up? What are we doing next episode? They've been drugged, so like, is the monitor gonna be above them? Are they gonna be captured or something? I don't. What's his plan? I just wish that why can't he explain to them? Because Monitor in the comics explained it to them a little bit better. I feel like, I don't know. He didn't really hide too much from them, really. I mean, the more complex intricacies of his plan, like, spoilers for anybody who hasn't read the comics, but he plans, because Lila's supposed to betray him and then kill him. He knew that was going to happen, though. He planned the whole thing out. So they weren't obviously privy to that bit of information. But for the most part, he would tell them like what was going on and what he was having them do and why they were doing it. But here, it's like he's just giving them the jobs and then not really giving them the whole thing, like why they're doing it, what exactly it's supposed to, these items and whatever he's having them retrieve, what they're supposed to be for. He's not giving them that information, so there's a reason that they're mistrusting of him. One, their planets, he saw the planet die, so it's like, how are we supposed to be sure? And then when they saw the book, that didn't quite, speak well of him, or it could have been of the Anti-Monitor, since they kind of look somewhat similar. Not quite, but like, if he wants them to listen, he should probably tell them what like the tasks that he's having to do, what they're for, like how they're supposed to help. But he's not giving them really anything. It would have saved him a lot more time if he just told them. The scene where Oliver and Mia, well, obviously they're having their disagreement. Oliver brings up the fact that, last time he saw them, he was brokenhearted about William. He couldn't get contact with him, and then he looked down at Mia for the last time while she was in her crib, and that was like his last moments with them. And he promised Felicity that he'd keep them safe, or that they would be safe. And then Mia counters with like, you doing that left me without a father. So I'm not saying she's wrong about being upset, because that's, you lose a father, you have that frustration, the anger, and you don't really have anybody to put it on. So like, the easiest direction to put that is on the person that basically made that choice. Like that, like, I don't know, sometimes like people that lose their parent, mother or father, in any kind of line of duty, like the police force or the military. So they'll be heartbroken, but sometimes they will be upset with them for choosing that life and putting their life at risk. So it's understandable, and it's not it's not that it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. It's she's also young, so that's what the mindset is. It's like she deep down, I'm sure she understands he did what he had to do, and he did it to protect her, and she knows that. But it's hard to let go of the fact that because of that, she also didn't grow up with a father, and even though she didn't really know him, she never really met him, she still missed him. So it's just like, yeah, that her point of view might frustrate some people, but it's an understandable issue that she has. It's the fact why she's upset with him. It makes sense, and it happens a lot. It's not something you can rationalize away. It's an emotional subject. And yeah, Oliver is definitely feeling it as well. He's feeling emotional. Like last he would have seen them was when they were kids, but afterwards he was gone. They're living on without him, though. So it's a very dicey situation. But luckily they were able to work it out. It was also a mixture of the fact that she was feeling like she was failing in living up to her dad and the rest of the team. And she wanted to prove to him and to impress him and to live up to him, as she said, and as I said a second ago. And we saw that throughout the episode too. Like whenever, like at first I wasn't sure whether she was impressed whenever he was in the bloodbath? Was that what it's called? Basically the Fight Club. Whenever he was in that, and she saw him basically destroy that giant dude, she was like, wow. I wasn't sure if it was like she was impressed, like her face showed that it was impressed, but then like cut later, it would look like she was angry at him. It was like, wow, you came here and this is what you want to keep me from, like you kind of hypocritical kind of a thing. But I think it was more so just like I think she was impressed. It might have been a mixture of both, but she was definitely, I feel like she was impressed because she even mentioned like going back to the fact that she wants to live up to Oliver. Adding to that, the fact that she, when he dislocated his thumb, I thought that was funny, that moment, because after she's like, what the hell? And she's like, you gotta teach me that. I was like, yeah, it doesn't feel great, just let you know, and you gotta get used to it. But I'm sure he'd teach her. I like that in the beginning of showing him teaching her to improve her archery. Like she's good, Like she was able to get one of the tennis balls in the first, like whenever it was just the one, and she picked up the, getting a bunch of the tennis balls pretty quickly too. I mean, there was still some on the ground, but she's just now improving her archery skills to reach his level and possibly surpass it. I mean, she's gonna have more time to. She's starting earlier, so she's gonna have more time to improve. So it would stand to reason she'd probably get better than him. I really like that. It also wasn't like immediately she can get them all. I also like that they didn't go that route, because that kind of would have been a little pushing it, kind of making her too good at something. Like we saw that she like trained years to be as good a fighter as she is with Nissa. So it stands to reason that she would need to train with this too. So I'm glad that they didn't like make it super easy. She did have some skill with archery before. I'm pretty sure Nissa taught her beforehand. And then there were also the training with the Eskrima sticks, and he was able to show her another move, another way to kind of get through their defenses. I like that he's still able to teach her, because I mean, again, like I know it was last episode where he was trying to stop her from going out to go after Grant, and she was saying, Nissa trained me. If you want to stop me, you can try. But I was like, yeah. However, he's beat Nissa. He's beat Talia. He's beat Raish. He's a little bit better than Nissa. Not to downplay Nissa's skills, because she's fantastic. But Oliver's better. He's beat Merlin, and Merlin's beat her. So just like, she should, I don't know. But it was, she kind of really saw his skills in play this time around, which I thought was really cool. I really like it's really cool seeing his daughter actually be impressed with him. And I like the moment where they were able to fight together, and then the disappearing together too. It's just I don't know. It was really cool, and I'm really glad that we're gonna have Roy back. So like I knew he was coming back. I just didn't know he was coming back now. Like I thought maybe, well, to be fair, 3 episodes. So I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to it being so short. So I just keep forgetting that it's gonna be tighter. So things are gonna happen sooner. And luckily he's going to be staying with us the rest of the season, but that's, not saying a whole lot. But I am glad that we're going to at least have him to the end. Maybe just to the crisis. I don't know what the last 2 episodes are going to be exactly. But hopefully he'll at least still be with us during the crisis. Oh, and it was cool, it was great seeing Anatoly again. I didn't know he was going to be back. Like, it makes sense considering they're in Russia, but I didn't know if they were going to do it. Because I thought he had went somewhere else, because didn't Felicity give him a new name? And it was that scene that he had with them whenever after Oliver was had gotten on them, Mia and Williams, like wanting to send them home and all that, and that argument they had, seeing them as kids, and Mia, the whole father thing again. I loved the scene he had with Anatoly, and he was telling him that teaching your kids is not so much teaching them what you want exactly, like it's what they need to know. So you gotta show them the bad along with the good, so that they can learn from the bad mistakes, from the mistakes you made, the bad that you've done, so that they know what they should steer away from, and to make their own choices as well. Because I mean, there's teaching them good and the bad, and showing them mistakes, but they still have to learn to go through as well. They might still make the same mistakes. It happens. You're not going to be, even if you have everything laid out and you have the knowledge of the mistakes, sometimes it'll still slip up. But at least now they're better prepared for it. So I really like that scene with Anatoly. It was just I'm glad that they're friends again. They're brothers now. So I like that scene when again I like any scene Anatoly was in basically, but at the end when he was telling Oliver, like, we've been we've been friends, we've been enemies. And then I think it was Oliver says, let's just be brothers. I really like that their relationship was repaired after the chaos that happened last season, sixth season or 5th season. It happened in the 5th season. That's when things fell apart. And then the 6th season he came back as a villain. So I'm glad things are fixed though. I'm also glad, again, going back to another Anatoly scene, but it was with Anatoly and Laurel. I'm glad that he was kind of able to reach out to her and inadvertently convince her to change her mind about betraying Oliver. Even though it kind of went. So what was I going to say? Not sideways. What was it called? I just blanked the word. Sideways? I think that's the right term. It went sideways. It didn't go well. You know, Laurel brought up the other two, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're betraying us." And then they got freaking tranked. But I'm glad. I thought maybe Mia was gonna have something. Maybe she might have had something to do with it because she said that, you know, in the future, you're a hero. You even saved me and my friends, and so I think that did have something. But I'm thinking it was a mixture of her and Anatoly, what he said. Like, you know, I guess leopards can change their spots, or in your case, feathers. So I love Anatoly so much. He's great. He's just great. I'm glad that he's good again. I'm gonna say that again. William knows Russian. Small thing I didn't know. Did we know that? I don't remember if he spoke Russian in the flash forwards last season. I'm pretty sure he didn't this season, but last season I don't recall him speaking Russian. But that's interesting. I mean, he's had time, and he was rich, so I guess he was able to study abroad. I guess I don't know. He's a smart kid, but Felicity never really learned any other languages. But alright, it's cool that he did it. It was funny because Oliver was able to be impressed more so by his son, because he was impressed before because he found out about what his career in the future. So I guess that just adds to it. I thought that was really cool. So Mia, but I don't think Mia knows Russian. Because whenever they said Prochnost, she didn't know what it meant. One I thought that was funny was whenever Oliver brought up the fact that they were have to go to a fight club. William was like, "Oh, that's where I met her." And he's like, "What?" It was a very dad moment. Like, there was a lot of dad moments. I was like, he was like going dad mode last episode too, but like he was wanting to keep him safe. He's like, "No, you're not going here." And but that moment I thought was like a humorous, just like a humorous dad moment. Like, "I'm sorry, you met her where?" I know it's not really something he's proud of, but it's always really cool when they call him Capuchon. I'm just like, it's not something he's proud of now. He's ashamed of it, that they know him as that. But it's kind of like whenever Mia was there and they call him that, it was like, oh, what, the Bratva are calling you this? It's bad, but it kind of gave him a little bit of street cred. As stupid as that sounds, like it's not street cred you want really, when you're trying to leave that life behind. But it was kind of like a oh crap moment. When you find out that, like, if you find out your dad, like, this kind of big dangerous guy, if known to a dangerous mob. I thought it was kind of clever. Clever that they actually tied his thumbs. Like, I was thinking like he could tell Mia to break her thumbs to dislocate her thumbs. But obviously I knew he was going to do it, but then he couldn't because they tied his thumbs. They never actually done that before. I thought it was really clever that they did that. They thought that through, even though it hindered us. But it worked out. He was able to loosen it, and then he was able to show her, and it's just like, what? I think that's all, guys. That's I kind of spattered off everything pretty quickly. I hope most of it was understandable. Because I noticed that sometimes I speak really fast in certain words, and it's just like you can't understand, or at least sometimes I can't understand, and I know that said it. So I'm trying to do better at that, but it's a bad habit. But yeah, again, I think that's all I have. Well, one thing, real quick, was just a funny thing is that Mia mentioned to Anatoly that she wants him to send her the photo of Oliver when he had the wig. I just think that's really funny that they're like, it's a very family thing, looking for embarrassing photos of your family, whether it be your sibling or your father, your parent, whichever. I just thought it was really funny, kind of cute too. It's gonna be interesting how, like, are they gonna find out about what happened here though? Like, are they gonna just leave them? Are they gonna take the blueprints? Do they have it on them? Do they leave it with the kids? I'm not really sure, like, what's gonna be going down. How the kids are gonna find out, or they're gonna go after the kids. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really upset that it ended there. But unfortunately, that's it for this week's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support us, make sure you check out our Patreon, where you get access to polls for when you want to vote on shows you want us to react to, whenever we replacements, and early access videos for any character series that we have. Link to our Patreon will also be in the description down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you all next week.